Hey coin collectors, it's DC on the Big D, and this is the 1971 D, the 1971 Philly. We're going to look at the 1971 San Francisco Mint coin when we look at the uncirculated versions of these coins. And we're also going to talk about 1971, which was a huge, huge, huge year in coin collecting. Just not really so much for the United States of America. But in this country, it was a sea change. Just across the ocean in Britain, they fully embraced in 1971 the decimalization system for the British pound. So instead of having 240 pence to the pound or 480 halfpence, they went to 100 pence to the pound and 200 halfpence. And this is a halfpence right here, or a halfpenny, or a halfpenny. It says Elizabeth II here, D.G. Reg, by the grace of God, Queen, Defender of the Faith, 1971. We see this kind of beaded outer rim here, and we see she's wearing the Girls of Great Britain and Ireland tiara. It's just that this is the second portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, but when we turn it over, then we'll be able to see the half new penny. So there was a half penny before that. It was the old large half pennies. And there were large pennies before then. But this is when they went to the small penny, and they called it the new penny, and the small half penny, they called it the half new penny. We see it here with a crown over the half. These look, you know what these look like to me? Like pawns in a chess set. Kind of an interesting design. The next one up was the penny, of course, and they called it the new penny, and this is a crown portcullis. See the crown over that gate that they put down in castles with the spikes on the bottom to keep people from going in, and one at the bottom. Again, all of these are going to have the same portrait, the Arnold Machin second portrait on the front of them. Look at the coloring on it. It's just beautiful, huh? All right, next we have the two new pence. Ich Dine. This is a Prince of Wales ostrich feather through a crown. I Serve, Prince of Wales. Again, the same front. And then this one, we've changed. And we've changed here to a 5 new pence in a copper nickel. And you see that this is the crowned thorn here. And this, of course, is a symbol of Scotland right here. Just a beautiful thistle. 5 new pence, and then 10 new pence. And that was it for the small coin. So they had the 10 new pence, the 5 new pence, the 2 new pence, the 1 new pence, and the half pence. So a little different coins from us, but in 1971, they all put it on the 100 to 1 or decimalization scale. Now, in the United States, we just used the same penny, but we did something really, really weird. And that is they went back to the original bow-tied Lincoln from 1909, and that's the bow tie here. 1971 only, they brought this original back. So if you look for this, well, there's a few of them in 1970. There are a few of them, I believe, in 1972, but 1971, they made all of them with the original bow-tied Lincoln on them, which is kind of cool. They made a bunch of these. They made them at the San Francisco Mint, they made them at the Denver Mint, and they made them at the Philadelphia Mint. At Philadelphia, no mint mark for Philadelphia. That would be this one right here. No mint mark. Philadelphia, 1.9 billion. D mint mark Denver, 2.9 billion. So between the two of them, almost 5 billion of these coins. And then at the San Francisco Mint, they made 525 million. I said I'd show you the San Francisco uncirculated. Well, of course, our uncirculateds are in the plastic still, but this is the San Francisco uncirculated right here, and you can tell that because it has the S here, or the S mint mark. Now, this coin just by itself is worth $4 to $5, maybe a little bit more sometimes, if it's still in the plastic and if it's not too damaged. One of the things that we love to do with these uncirculated coins is look through them. And look at this. Sometimes the plastic does damage them a little bit, but when we look at the uncirculated, we can just see Lincoln way in there very, very well. We see the FG for Frank Gasparo, United States of America across the top, E pluribus unum here, 1 cent here. This is a smooth edge, and this is when they still made them out of brass rather than copper-coated zinc. And if we tip it way up, see if we can tip it way up, we can see right in here the V, the D, and the B for Victor David Brenner. And let's see if we can see it on this one too. Yeah, so there we see it right. Actually, we see it pretty well right in there. Let's get it focused right if we can. Just take it and tip it right up like we should have in the first place. And we see that there is a V, a D, and a B there for Victor David Brenner. So we have the S where they made 500 million. And then we have about 5 billion of the others. And also in this mints, this uncirculated set, we have a dime, Philadelphia dime. This was the so-called PDS years. So the uncirculated mint sets had some from Philly, like this dime, some from San Francisco, like the penny we just looked at, another one from Philly, the nickel from Philly, the quarter from Philly, that plastic kind of shines a little bit, and the $50 right there from Philly. And there's the Gilroy Roberts on the $50. What they didn't have was any Eisenhower dollars. So even though the Eisenhower dollars came out in 1971, they were not included in the uncirculated mint set. And you see this one, we'll flip it over and you can get a good look at it. The eagle landing on the moon dollar. All right, so let's get our pennies back together and we can have them all together at once. There is the S, there is the Philly, no mint mark, and there is the D Denver. And these are our 3 United States pennies from 1971. Thanks for watching Big D channel. It's DC Sam. Please leave a comment in the comment section, and we'd love to have you subscribe to the Big D Coin channel.